We are on the go with Joe, and today is learning all about the Fab Four.
Yeah, Joe's live at the Oregon Historical Society, where a new exhibit is dedicated to the music and history of the Beatles. Hi, Joe.
Okay, now I know some of you will get
great.
this reference. There you go, recreating a little Abbey Road here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles opening here tomorrow at the Oregon Historical Society, back with Chuck Gunderson, Fab Four exhibits. Now, they've got all sorts of one-of-a-kind items. I was speaking of Abbey Road. This is actually Ringo's jacket that he wore on that iconic album cover.
Yeah, the iconic crosswalk jacket here at the OHS. So
oh my gosh, incredible. But then, what's cool about this, you know, you've taken this all over the world, this exhibit. They've created an area that's just about when the Beatles visited Portland. They came one day, August 22nd, 1965. They did two shows at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
That's it. Yep.
And that concert almost, by the way, didn't happen, you were telling me, right?
Exactly. Mayor Shrunk at the time had promised the American Legion use of all of Portland's venues for their gigantic convention. And it took the promoters to actually almost sue the city to say, hey, we have a contract at Portland Memorial Coliseum for the Beatles' two shows, and we're going to play it.
And now we have Shrunk Plaza. I wonder if they would have named it after Mayor Shrunk if he would have kicked the Beatles out of Portland. I'm not so sure. But these are all pictures from that particular concert. They did two of them, afternoon show and an evening show. The documents are fascinating to me. These are actually from the concert. This was the, I guess, contract that they
that's
signed.
the actual performance contract that was signed by Brian Epstein and
I don't know
the
if
promoter.
You can make it out, but it says $50,000. That's what they made?
That was the guarantee. Then they got a percentage of the gate as well.
I mean, how much were tickets for a Beatles show back in 1965?
To go see him in Portland, maybe $5.
Wow. Okay. Well, they didn't have, obviously, StubHub or anything like that back then. Now, this is interesting to me also. This is the rider for that Portland show. Now, the rider, some of you folks may know, that's like the agreement that, hey, we will have this for the performers. You know, we'll have all green jelly beans or whatever it is. They don't have any of that in here.
No.
A couple of things I did notice in here, though. It says they had to have 150 uniformed police officers for security. 150.
Absolutely. To keep control of the crowds.
I mean, it was that crazy of a scene.
Absolutely, yes.
And then this really, I think, is cool. Item 5, you got to remember this is the 1960s Civil Rights Act had just been passed. Can we look shot at number 5 here on the rider? Artists will not be required to perform before a segregated audience. Again, 1960s, a lot of cities in the United States, you know, different people from different backgrounds weren't allowed to go to a concert together. The Beatles said, we will not perform for a segregated audience.
Yeah, major statement for 1965.
And they only toured, I mean, you know, the Beatles were kind of like a very bright light that kind of flamed out quickly. They weren't together that long, and they only toured in the United States for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, they only toured from 1964 to 1966, and Portland was one of only 28 American cities to host them.
Which is really incredible. One of the smaller U.S. cities that the Beatles came to. And one last little thing I want to show you. Come on over here, Daryl, if you would. I want you to take a look at that picture right there. You see Paul right there? He's got his bass guitar. Looks like he's fanning off John. Take a look at that jacket that he's wearing and keep that in your mind, because we're going to walk down over here and show you one more piece of Beatles memorabilia. And that's this jacket right here. This is the jacket that Paul wore for one of those Portland performances, right?
Yeah, he wore it for the afternoon performance. So it's here at Oregon Historical Society.
And he also wore it, that picture right there is from their show at Shea Stadium, which is like a huge show. And that was, I guess, what, a week before the Portland
it's a week before. It was really the birth of the stadium concert right there.
I mean, it's incredible, all the history, all the one-of-a-kind items you can see here. Chuck, thank you for sharing with Portland.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate
Thanks, Joe.
it. Again,
appreciate
it's going to open tomorrow. Runs through November right here at the Oregon Historical Society. So come check it out. They do want me to mention that if you're a Multnomah County resident, you know, admission is free. So come on down. Guys, if you want to take the Max, just get a ticket to ride. Or Kim and Shauna, baby, you can drive my car. Either way, come together right now.
Oh, you are so good.
But bump.
I love it.